Hi there, and welcome to Rusted Junk, the 80s movie podcast. Do you dream about gremlins? How hard can you actually die? Does Barry Manilow know that you raid his wardrobe? If those mean something to you, then you're in the right place. This season, we're all about a dip into the 90s. So over to Charlie, Amanda, Joe and Dom for the film.
Welcome back. If you've just listened to the main podcast and we dropped all these hints about we're doing this separate trivia, then welcome. In fact, welcome if you just come for the trivia bits and that's all you watch. And the previous one that we did, Pulp Fiction trivia, that was quite popular. So yeah, welcome. If you're just watching the trivia bit with the Rusted Junk podcast, this is Dom, Joe, and yeah, we had a really good discussion about Basic Instinct, but now we've got the trivia to go with it. So I'm going to flip a coin. Dom, you want to go first with a piece of trivia?
Okay, well,
go.
My one and only contribution to this discussion will be that Sharon Stone came to regret the legacy of this film, despite the fact that it launched her career, and she obviously broke into mainstream Hollywood leading lady status after this, but she had a challenging personal life, couldn't have children naturally, and adopted her son, and had a challenging custody battle with her ex-husband. And in interviews in her memoir, she shared how this film was used as evidence against her, that she basically starred as an adult movie actress, and it was her husband who got custody of the son. And so she came to quite bitterly resent the impact that this film had on her career and her personal life, and also, sorry if this is treading on somebody else's trivia as well, disputed how clear it was from the director that she would actually be required to display full frontal nudity in that infamous leg crossing scene, which was cited throughout the court battle. So, yeah, big moment in her life. This film, both positively and negatively.
Oh, that's sad, man. I didn't know that. I didn't read that one. It might be a good idea to tell you which bits of the which we said in the main podcast. The European version, 42 seconds, 42 seconds more. So there's three specific scenes where they made those cuts. Do you want to have a guess?
Some sex scenes.
Well, the first one is the Americans didn't get to see Johnny being ice picked through the nose and having the eye pop out.
Oh,
they didn't see that bit because it was cut. They just saw it go in, and just saw the repeated things, but didn't see the close up on the face.
We didn't miss much.
Oh, I think you did. I think it's pretty visceral.
I didn't think it looked very real.
Well, it looked as real as. Because it looked like the same person, Rob Bottin, that did the effects on Total Recall, where Arnie's out at the end and his eyes are bulging.
Yeah.
It looked a bit like that, really.
It did.
The scene where I think we all agreed that it was where he was raping Beth. As soon as her panties were torn and she was over the couch, the Americans never saw the sex scene, never saw Michael Douglas orgasming, and they didn't see any of that. It just cut to the scene afterwards where they're both together.
can you not say the word panties?
Oh, okay. All right. I was reading what was written.
God, that's a pet hate of mine.
Okay,
Knickers.
all right.
The knickers.
Knickers.
The pants.
Knickers.
Yeah.
The knickers.
See?
They're not panties.
See, poor old Joe.
God.
Poor old Joe's prefers the first rather than the second.
Yeah, I mean, you guys say knickers. It's kind of funny. To me, knickers sounds like Snickers.
No.
Do you know what Snickers is?
Yeah.
Marathons, yeah.
It's our marathon bar.
Oh, yeah, it's a candy bar. Knickers.
And the final scene is where after the nightclub where they have sex, it's just longer, and you see him going down on her. They didn't see that in America.
That is quite an explicit piece, though. And in this era of intimacy coordinators, would that scene be made? Because I'm not sure it would. There's
a lot of scenes that won't be made that were made in the wonderful 80s and 90s. Not the second one, obviously. I'm not saying see what happened to Beth. But yeah, leave it in. There's another
Well,
one.
I guess we were afraid some nuns might have accidentally walked into the theater.
Pregnant nuns. Yeah. The Basic Instinct 2 hyphen risk addiction. That's what it was called.
Really?
It's
I
like
didn't know
speed-
it had a hyphen.
Yeah, it's like Speed 2, Cruise Control. Dear me. Basic Instinct 2, Risk Addiction. We talked about the plot. It makes no sense. However, it's number 16 on the biggest box office bombs of all time. It had a $70 million budget.
That was double.
Well, it's 49 for Basic Instinct, but yeah.
I thought it was 35.
It's
Sorry.
considerable. 49 for Basic Instinct. It made 3.2 million in its first weekend.
Mm.
This is not looking good. Falling 70% in its second weekend.
Oops.
It was basically making $700 per theatre for the weekend. That's how people weren't going to see it.
How many years transpired between the two movies?
24.
24 years?
No, wait a minute, not 24. Because of 2006. 12 years.
Okay.
People don't tune into our podcast for the mental mathematics that they just
I was going to say, was she in a nursing home?
that grinding noise you can hear, listeners.
That's why it was risky.
Yeah, well, very.
I'm just thinking, actually, it's a good job.
Wait a minute, let me finish this bit. Let me finish this bit. 17 days later, they stopped tracking because they stopped looking at the figures. US gross was $6 million in total.
Yeah.
Worldwide, it made $32.7 million, leading to a grand total of $38.6 million. And you know that 70 doesn't include the marketing and the other costs that are on top of that. Shocking. Sorry, Dom, what were we saying?
No, it was a bit of an inappropriate joke. I won't go there. But
Oh, we like those. That's fine.
No.
Oh,
Time's passed. I think the problem was, again, they waited too long for a sequel. And it's also, she didn't have many hits after that movie, other than Casino. And I think that part of it was she might have had a reputation of not being easy to work with or she made bad decisions. I don't know. But it's definitely, who the hell cared about a sequel to Basic Instinct? How old was she in the first movie, would you say?
I know how old she
32.
was.
She was
34.
As
She
an
was 30
actress, she
as an
was
She was
36.
30. She was 34, and in 12 years, let's do the math. We're bad at math. So she's 46,
46.
right?
Yeah.
Nobody wants to see that. Nobody wants to see that.
Nobody wants to see what?
She looks great in Basic Instinct 2. That's about the only thing.
Well, even so, it's just that the time has passed.
You do realise Amanda's on the podcast. Just
I do,
Saying
but
the
I'm just
time
saying
has passed after 46 years.
I
old.
didn't say someone's time was passed after 46 years of age. I'm saying the time for a sequel had passed.
that sounds like a.
I'm sorry,
backtracking.
but well, you could say whatever you want, but I'm just saying that regardless, who it was
I
that
think
was
that the gap
46
of
years
12
old.
years. Yes, I agree with the gap of 12
That's
years.
what I'm saying.
Yes.
Right, okay.
It's
I
like
see where you're coming
46
from,
then.
Joe. Nicely
Thank
articulated.
Yeah. Joe's going to message me and
No,
go,
I'm kidding. I'm
you
kidding.
got out of that one.
Well, you don't look 46, Amanda.
I'm not, I'm 50.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm.
Right, I'm going to change the subject on behalf of Joe. Fine. Speaking of that, actresses that were in the role, that were up for the role, or who were asked and declined. One of them said yes, by the way. And we'll get
Sharon
to that one in a
Stone?
moment. No.
She was 13.
No, Sharon Stone was asked because she tested better. So,
No, Sharon Stone was number 13.
oh, was she? Okay.
Mm.
Well,
Because
does
it's
anyone
written in her memoirs.
Oh, right. Do we want to guess at
Memoirs.
any of the people that were asked?
Well, I know one,
Well-
Michelle Pfeiffer.
Michelle Pfeiffer. Interestingly, she declined because she said The reason I declined it says my father was still alive, and I'm kind of prudish. And honestly, I'm not that uninhibited about my body. I'm quite modest. So she went, "No, I'm not going to do it." She was the one that came up with that, the only quote that I've got.
I'm glad her dad was able to see Scarface. Probably very proud of his daughter.
Got Meg Ryan. Would she have worked or not? Meg
Oh,
Ryan.
God, no.
Definitely not.
Mumsy Meg Ryan. No way.
However, hopefully, I think you're going to might see some on the list. Ellen Barkin.
Who's she?
She was kind of like a Sharon Stone wannabe.
Kind of was, yeah. It would work. She's hot in Sea of Love and stuff like that.
It wouldn't have. No, I wouldn't have gone to see the movie if she was in it.
No, I think she might have worked. Demi Moore.
Oh, she might have done.
Yeah, maybe.
She was in other stuff as well, though, wasn't she?
I was going to say, even if Ellen Barkin crossed her legs twice, I still wouldn't go see it.
Wow. She's quite fit. Anyway, all right. Kim Basinger.
No, too dumb.
There's no way she would have lowered herself to this film.
Kim Basinger?
However we're pronouncing it. Yeah.
After 9.5 weeks. Yeah.
I think you'd have to be mad to be an established Hollywood actress and take this role. It's no surprise that it went to her.
Sorry, she can't act.
Yeah, so, although she won an Oscar.
She can't act, though.
Won an Oscar.
Well,
So what?
actually,
She can't act.
Because I've heard that like Basic Instinct reinterpreted as a film noir, 90s film noir, but the better version of that is LA Confidential. I think that's it's miles better film, and Kim Basinger is good in that. I would suggest.
Yeah, but it's a better cast too.
Yeah. That listeners is a quality film from that era. If you want to watch a film noir classic.
Gina Davis.
No. Too square a jaw.
Too tall.
Kathleen Turner.
She was old, wasn't she?
She was. Oh, well, she probably be a bit older.
But she's
because of romancing. Yeah, and
no.
No, but she's done like hot and steamy stuff too.
Yeah.
What was that movie that she was in? Was it Body Double?
Body Double. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, but it kind of been, was that before or after? I forget.
Before.
Yeah, if it was before, I couldn't see her doing this one.
Is this the actress that plays Chandler's dad in Friends?
Kathleen Turner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, but she's deliberately made to look, that way. Not Friends' best moment. Kathleen Turner starred with him in War of the Roses. Great film. And she's quite hot in that. Not Sharon Stone level, though.
She was, she was like probably in the top 5 hottest women back in the day when she was popular.
The last one, Joe, you're going to have to help me out with because I don't really have much experience of what she was in. The actress that said, yes, I will do it, is Mariel Hemingway.
Oh, yeah. Well, she was related to Ernest Hemingway.
Right, okay.
She was in the movie, I think it was Personal Best, where it was like, I think about the Olympics or something like that. Okay. She was in the Woody Allen movie Manhattan, where she played his 16-year-old girlfriend.
Yeah.
She was in Superman 4, which she was horrible in. But she was, she's very attractive. But again, you not only have to have the looks and an incredible body, but you have to have the chops too. And I think that, Sharon Stone showed a lot of confidence in that role that I think a lot of actresses would have been prudish towards, or they couldn't deliver the way she delivered.
There is one actress who I'm amazed isn't in that list of people they considered. Surely this is the perfect vehicle for Madonna when she was going through that stage of trying to break into Hollywood all the time and cross over into being an actress. This would have been perfect for her. Dirty, erotic, getting a body out. She would have had the confidence and the chops. I know she's not a great actress, but arguably for this sort of film, she would have been really good.
Body of Evidence.
I was just going to say Body of Evidence exists. So, yeah, she's already done her Basic Instinct. Was it before or after Body of Evidence? Yeah, it was the year after. she obviously might have got miffed that, or she didn't even get approached or something, and made her own version of Body of Evidence with Willem Dafoe. It is bloody awful. It's there's nothing to recommend it at all.
So it's
I
a
don't
poor
think there's any
man's
film
Mexican-
she'd made that's particularly good, is there?
Dick Tracy.
What, you think that was good?
I thought Dick Tracy's a great film. Yeah.
It sucked. No, I think that the thing is, when Madonna was popular with her music and when she posed for Playboy and all that stuff, she could do no wrong. And like she did that Desperately Seeking Susan, I think was her first movie. But then after that, they started giving her movies, Evita and all that crap. And,
Evita was all right. She was okay in that.
But again, she, I'm just saying she's not much of an actress. Think of Die Another Day. I'll just say.
Oh dear me.
Yeah.
We don't mention that, Joe. Should take it out of my James Bond archive. I remember watching that with Dom in the cinema on the away day. Oh, we came out of that going, oh, we could have been in the pub for another couple of hours instead of watching that dross. But still, Amanda, over to you. You got some more?
Yeah. Okay, so in an interview with Playboy, she revealed that she didn't feel comfortable around Michael Douglas, and the feeling was probably mutual, but it worked for the movie. She said, I think that kind of discomfort lends itself to this kind of movie. Tension is good. I basically didn't get to know Michael. There was something about the mystery of not knowing each other that lent itself to this situation. It's odd because now I have this very intimate bond with a stranger. Despite that, Stone described working with him as primal, and it was all about watching him, observing his movements and provoking him. So she said if one were to believe in karma, she'd say there's some karmic circle, yet unfulfilled between the two of them, and that their energy together was strong. It still isn't comfortable for me, but I think it works very well for our work together. So yeah, there was a tension between them anyway, or so it was written in this interview.
See, I could see them realistically. I could see them together in real life, not just a part of the film, because it always astounded me that Michael Douglas went with Catherine Zeta-Jones. I mean, I know they must have met at a party. They must have just got on like a house on fire. It must have just clicked or whatever. But if you'd have listed 50 women that Michael Douglas would end up with, I'd put Sharon Stone somewhere near the top, perhaps. Catherine Zeta-Jones wouldn't be even on my thought list.
Oh my God, no! So she was definitely absolutely stunning when she was younger. I mean, she still is.
She's attractive. Yeah.
May was in.
Yeah, she was the nation's sweetheart, Charles, for the UK. She was,
so was Cheryl Cole. It doesn't always work, does it?
But I understand what
nation's sweetheart.
What Charlie's saying is that you just don't see them having anything in common,
Yeah, she talks about the Welsh valleys, and
she pursued him though, didn't she?
I don't know.
Yeah, I think she did.
I don't know. I kind of picture Michael Douglas again. He's much older than her, right?
He is, yeah.
He's Hollywood royalty. He's a multimillionaire, Oscar-winning part of a dynasty of actors, and she's, a stunningly attractive Welsh aspiring
So,
actress.
Catherine, what attracted you to the multimillionaire Michael Douglas? Yeah.
He got throat cancer, didn't he, and blamed it on performing oral sex on her.
I think I heard that. Yeah,
I didn't hear that.
That must have landed well when those headlines came out. Yeah, sipping her orange juice and eating her cornflakes.
Not the vast amount of smoking that he was doing. Yeah.
If you're going to get it, then
he lingers. Yeah.
I guess she wasn't very clean.
Yeah.
We're not.
I'm sorry for
putting the blame on
her. Well, I thought you were. In a way.
I've only just heard it. I'm just reacting. It's a reaction video. Okay.
But if he was mad at her, I mean, isn't that what he'd be mad at her for?
I think it was a glib comment, wasn't it? He didn't mean it.
Well, but I think he thought it was worth it, possibly.
I mean, he may have thought she was sleeping around or she slept around, like, in her younger age.
That's what? That's how he got.
No, I mean that's
What?
that's what I'm assuming because
Why does it have to be her?
because he
I bet he's licked loads of fannies.
He
Hit
was
the
a sex
brakes here.
addict at one
hit the
point.
brakes here. Well, he was, yeah, that's true. But Dom is the one that said he was pissed at her because he kind of blamed her.
Well, I don't know if he's pissed at her, but that's what he declared was that he thought he'd caught throat cancer from going down on his wife, Catherine Zeta-Jones, but whether he blamed her or whether it's because she'd been sleeping around.
No.
Gratuitous use the word fannies there as well. I just think I can't let that go.
We're allowed to. Fanny's is fine.
Fannies means a different thing in America.
Yeah.
They won't
You
get
have
it.
fanny packs.
We have an actress back in the 70s. Her name was Fanny Flagg.
We had a cook in England called Fanny Adams.
Fanny Craddock.
Oh,
Oh,
there
isn't
was
that a
Fanny
movie?
Adams as well, though.
Oh.
No, Fanny
that-
Craddock was the cook, yes. But there was a Fanny Adams. Oh, anyway.
Which is a British statement when you go, how much did you get? Sweet Fanny Adams.
Yeah.
Basically meant
Sweet.
F
Wasn't there like
Oh.
a Merchant Ivory movie called Fanny and Alexander?
Yes, there was.
Did you guys giggle when you heard that title?
Never heard of it.
A lot of these old-fashioned names have got resurrected recently. So, like, my kids have got friends at school called things like Ethel and Maud. But oddly enough, Fanny hasn't really made a reappearance. Those
are curse words?
Ethel and Maud.
Yeah. There's like
Maud?
Mabel, Ethel, Maud, yeah.
Well,
these kind
Mabel,
of-
yeah, but
Agnes.
What do those mean?
Like our grandparents' generation, the names have resurfaced, but yeah, Fanny.
is there an Enid there?
Quite possibly, yeah. I mean, I do live in Hebden Bridge. It's
Beryl?
quite bohemian, but-
Beryl. Amy
Oh,
had
you
a friend
see-
called Beryl. Was it Beryl?
No, we used to say she'd got beryl hair.
Oh, Beryl, she'd got beryl hair.
Hair thing, didn't she, when her hair was growing?
Oh no, a
Being
friend was
slightly
Doris.
curly.
Doris.
Oh,
I had a-
Doris, yeah, at school, yeah.
I had a guy I worked with. His name was Richard Wiener.
Oh, no.
So, so his nickname was Dick. And a Dick Wiener.
It's just not going to happen, is it? Anyway,
See,
shall I do my next one?
this is where Amanda's surname should be Hug and Kiss.
Courtesy of The Simpsons. Thank you.
There you go.
So, one of the main points of disagreement between Paul Verhoeven and Joe Esterhaz concerned Verhoeven's wish to include a lesbian love scene between Catherine Tramell and her lover Roxy, as he considered a movie that only mentioned bisexual love without showing it to be overly Puritan. Esterhaz considered such a scene to be pure sensationalism and wanted to have nothing to do with it. Verhoeven made some attempts himself, even considering having Nick Curran secretly watch while the two women were having sex. However, he found that the scene ruined the movie's pace, so he abandoned the idea and publicly apologised to Esterhaz. The only remnant of the scene in the movie is when Catherine and Roxy passionately kiss after Nick angrily leaves Catherine's apartment.
Right. Okay. So was it ever shot? Was it ever filmed?
shot, but it was never included.
Right. Wait for the Basic Instinct. What, 30th? Well, no, it is 30th.
I don't want to see them refilm that.
That won't come out.
Let's see that scene. Right,
Yeah,
I've got no more. Have you got another? Have you got any?
Oh, actually, I do have one.
Okay.
So Michael
Last
Douglas had it.
two.
Michael Douglas had it in his contract that we couldn't see his wiener.
We did see it though.
You didn't.
Did?
Saw Johnny's.
No, you saw him because you saw a profile of it.
No, you saw his ass.
No, you saw a profile of it.
Well, I wasn't looking,
I was.
but you were okay.
Yes.
Oh, right. She likes Michael Douglas all of a sudden. Right, okay.
No, well, that's apparently
I'm
that
just
was in his
looking,
contract.
babe. I'm just looking. I'll look at anything.
But again, I don't understand what the big deal is. I understand, like, if you didn't want to show yours, that's fine, but you could use a body double to show it. I mean, because if she's showing everything, I don't see why he can't show a little, I mean, or the body double. Like, look at Boogie Nights. Did you ever see that one?
Yeah.
Dirk Diggler.
Yeah.
That's real though, isn't it?
No, that was a prosthetic. Did I ruin?
Yeah, you just ruined
Thanks
it
for you. Sorry.
Mark Wahlberg had a massive diggler. Anyway, right, last one then. Sharon Stone has claimed in several interviews over the years that Paul Verhoeven asked her to remove her underwear for the leg crossing scene, as he said they were too bright and reflected at the camera. So apparently Sharon Stone agreed to do so under the assumption that her genitals wouldn't be shown. It was only at an early preview that Stone discovered Verhoeven chose to use this specific shot where it did actually display everything. Stone was mainly cross with Verhoeven for not discussing the matter with her beforehand, but we decided to let the scene go without changes as she felt this conformed with her movie character. However, over the years, Verhoeven has repeatedly shared his version of the conflict, which is that he discussed the leg crossing shot with Sharon beforehand over dinner, as it was important for showing Catherine Tramell's free-spirited nature and her constant drive to toy with people. Sharon was reportedly excited about the idea and shot the scene. However, during the early preview, her agents supposedly disapproved of the scene, fearing it would harm her future career. According to Verhoeven, Sharon Stone then radically changed her mind and demanded that he remove the shot, which he ultimately refused. So Sharon once again claims she knew nothing about the scene in her memoir released in March 2021. When asked about it soon after, Verhoeven again defended himself, saying that Sharon was even invited to a preview screening and saw that her crotch was indeed visible. Sharon said she did see the preview but was shocked by her crotch being seen and even slapped Verhoeven because of it. He added, "She knew exactly what we were doing. I told her over dinner that it was based on a story of a woman whom I knew when I was a student, random, who did the crossing of her legs without the word panties regularly at parties. When my friend told her we could see her vagina," actually that's anatomically incorrect because it's her labia, she said, "Of course, that's why I do it." Then Sharon and I decided to do a similar sequence. So Verhoeven has also repeatedly asserted that despite the controversy, he and Sharon remain on good terms and there is no bad blood between them. They just remember things differently. So there was a bit of controversy over it then.
She's a liar.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I believe. Yeah, that
Yeah,
sounds
absolutely.
Mhm.
Invited her for dinner, said to the preview. She even went to the preview and didn't say anything, and then let it happen. And then suddenly she has a problem with it. And her agent has a problem with it at the time and goes, "This will really hurt your career." When in fact, unfortunately, it was the making of her career.
But then she lost the custody of a child over it.
Well, you can go back and retrospectively, as Don pointed out, retrospectively,
I mean,
have regrets about it, but you can't go back and go, "No, I never said that."
You can say whether or not it's a good choice, can't you? But we weren't there, were we? But it sounds like it's a choice she made, and there were both positive and negative consequences to that.
when you say that she lost her child, I know you had mentioned that before. Was this in her memoirs?
I'm sure it must be referenced in her memoirs as well. But the court date is obviously matter of public record and things, isn't it?
I understand that, but I don't think that was the deciding factor for her to lose custody of the child.
No, I don't think it was like definitively all hinged on that. I think that was kind of the way the husband, perhaps rightly or wrongly, again we weren't inside that marriage, portrayed her as an unfit mother. I mean, I think it would be unusual for the man to be given custody of the child ahead of the mother. Certainly in this country it is. But
she has 3 adopted children anyway. So.
Yeah,
I find it hard to believe. Number one, if they did present that in court, that the jury wouldn't say, "Well, it was a movie," first of all. I mean, and she was acting. It's not like she does this every day. That's why, again, I think it's just more bullshit that she's concocting, to just make it like, "Look at me, the victim, poor me. I didn't realize that they filmed that scene of me with my legs spread and all that." Because again, if he said it's like, "Oh, your panties are too bright," it's like ruining the scene. Get her a darker shade of panties. It's not like, what would be a good idea? Just take off your panties. I'm sure it was like, there's no panties in this shot. That's what it probably was when they shot it. But she had to like basically protect her image, try to make her look like the victim and that he's the villain. I don't buy it. It's sorry.
That's like the way that you read it. It doesn't sound as if.
I was there.
There we go. And on that note, we've wrapped up on trivia. Let us know if you like this. Hopefully, if you watched it, leave a comment.
Like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe.
Tell your friends.
Yeah. Nominate films. Because one lucky listener is going to get their film done after Train Spotting. So we'll have a discussion about that.
Thank you.
Anyway, right. Cool. To the next one. So Train Spotting in a couple of weeks' time. See you then. Cheerio.
See ya.
Bye-bye.
Toodle pip.